Nashville has been the permanent capital of Tennessee since 1843. Over the course of its existence, it has gained a number of nicknames to represent its culture, economy, ethicality, and environment.
Music City is the most important and popular nickname it has gained, with Nashville being the city where the Grand Ole Opry and Country Music Hall of Fame lives, and known for signing big-name artists. While Nashville may be down in the South amongst the yeehaws and the cowboy boots, it is home to so much more than just Southern comfort and country music.
Most people walk down Broadway and see all the bright lights and busy tourists. What they don't see or know about is the amount of trafficking going on amidst the streets. We aren't talking about the 5 o'clock traffic coming home from work. Human trafficking and slavery is something consistently happening in Nashville. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is committed to understanding and fighting human trafficking.
Our state has consistently been ranked among the best in the nation for its approach to this crime, as a growing number of advocates, from law enforcement to nonprofits to government agencies, have stepped up to play a part in the solution. Nashville is a city of many possibilities, and with the use of our culture, economy, ethics, and environment, we can lower the rates of human trafficking and realize that it has to stop. According to Derry Smith, the executive director of End Slavery Tennessee, everything that makes Nashville a great place to live is also appealing to traffickers. We've got a thriving economy, a lot of growth, and a lot of tourists and events. That means people are coming in who might leave their morals at home and makes for buyers of sex. Nashville's environment is ever-changing as it faces continuous growth. Its booming, bustling nature would appear optimal for the human trafficking industry, which serves to justify the TBI's increased efforts to attack the issue.
These said efforts contribute to the economic means in which Nashville is addressing the issues of human trafficking. The trafficking industry has many resources in the Middle Tennessee area for successful businesses, including the crowded nature of its big cities and their populace. Even extending from Nashville, I-24 connects the state capital of Tennessee to that of Georgia, Atlanta rating one of America's top human trafficking cities. Despite the industry's advantages, Nashville is pouring resources into combating them. In 2016, the city launched its first in-state court program dedicated to trafficking victims. The program is of no cost to victims, as the Davidson County Drug Court Foundation will cover necessary expenses for hearings. A president of the nonprofit's board, Brian Lewis, estimates early costs of the program will be as much as $3,000 monthly. In addition to the Davidson County Drug Court Foundation, Nashville possesses a multitude of other nonprofit organizations working to end human trafficking, such as End Slavery Tennessee, which has been providing education on the issue to an array of audiences since 2008. The efforts and contributions made in an attempt to aid victims and impede the industry's progression in Nashville is serving to save lives and to establish a safe culture in which we may live.
The culture around Nashville is changing. In 2014 alone, more than 100 cases brought to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation involved children being trafficked, and 600 were for prostitution. On November 14th of this year, Nashville is ranked #1 in the nation for fighting human trafficking.
By banding together to end slavery once and for all, Nashville has altered its own culture, going from one of the highest ranked in human trafficking to being awarded first in the nation of fighting it. The Tennessean published an article in January of 2016 excited about Nashville's soon-to-be human trafficking court, the first in Tennessee. This court, established in February of this year, is dedicated to identifying when defendants are charged with prostitution or other related crimes when in actuality they are the victims, not the criminals.
Speakers and administrators of this court included Mayor Megan Berry, District Attorney Glenn Funk, Assistant Prosecutor and Sex Trafficking Unit Chief Tammy Mead, and Andrea Johnson in Slavery, Tennessee.
In a press conference on the progress of the court, Tammy Mead explained that lawmakers have toughened penalties for the traffickers and promised that the program's focus on victims did not mean perpetrators would be getting a break. Nashville General Sessions Judge Casey Moreland will lead the courtroom and stated that this new initiative will stop the shuffling of prostitutes through our courtrooms without addressing the reason they're there to begin with. This establishment, along with the emergence of organizations such as It Has to Stop and Someone Like Me from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, has risen awareness for the epidemic in Nashville. The population of Nashville united to hopefully end human trafficking in the city altogether. This changed the culture by instilling a passion for hope of a safer environment for the women and children in Nashville.
One of the biggest problems with the issue of human trafficking is ethics. Quite obviously, it is an absolutely unfair and inhumane system to the children it happens most often to, who are usually only 12 to 13 years old. In the United States, on average, a child is sold to the sex slave industry every 2 to 3 minutes. This is no different for Nashville, which sports over 100 cases in a year for the city alone. This data was collected from a series of 2 studies, Tennessee Human Sex Trafficking and its Impact on Children and Youth in 2011, and the Geography of Trafficking in Tennessee, a subsequent study done in 2013. Following these studies, Tennessee decided it was time to inform the public and in turn arm the public with the knowledge to fight back. In 2014, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation launched It Has to Stop, a public awareness campaign dedicated to informing Tennesseans about human trafficking and what can be done about it. The site contains a list of warning signs, helpful videos and statistics, and a list of nonprofits in the local area dedicated to fighting this unethical system and protecting the citizens of Tennessee. The site still exists today at ithastostop.org and is still dedicated to its fight after almost 4 years of operation.
Nashville is a booming city flooded with tourists each and every day. With that growth comes a rise in the amount of people either kidnapped or forced into slavery, stolen off our very streets. But that does not mean we aren't fighting back.
In 2011, we were ranked one of the highest cities for trafficking in the state, and Tennessee as a whole was one of the contenders for the position in the country. Since then, we have begun to combat this problem in any way we can.
We've started nonprofits, campaigns, and even our own trafficking court, the first of its kind. Doing this promoted us from highest in human trafficking to the first in the nation for fighting it.
Nashville is a pioneer city in many respects, but especially in this one as we fight back the inhumane system stealing our citizens.